Today I wanted to take a look back on year one for the 3DS, kind of its ups and downs. This was announced as E3 2010, which overall was a good E3. But what I will always remember E3 2010 for was at the end of the presentation, and what I was done talking about the 3DS, and just out came a bunch of boost babes with 3DS straps to them. That image is just ingrained in my head. But yeah, 3DS launched, of course, in March of 2011. At a staggering price of $249.99, which a launch lineup of what is there. Like, this game is the weirdest one. The fun fact I could give you is that it's connected to Radar Mission and /X on the Game Boy. But other than that, some Steel Diver simulation game. Not much else to say about that. Pilot Wings Resort, because you cannot have a Nintendo launch without Pilot Wings. Nintendogs plus cats, because Nintendogs worked on the DS. Might as well just add cats. Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. Interesting to see a brand new, one of the latest Street Fighters on a handheld. And overall was a pretty decent. You had The Sims 3, which was at that point in time ported to everything. And NFL football as compared to any other Maddens. Pro Evolution Soccer 2011 3D. Cannot forget the 3D there. Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars. I guess just throw a Lego game on there for the kids. Ridge Racer 3D, because you cannot have a launch of a system without Ridge Racer.
It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer! Remember that one?
Super Monkey Ball 3D, Bust the Move Universe, Samurai Warriors Chronicles, Asphalt 3D, Combat of Giants Dinosaur 3D, Rayman 3D, which was actually just a port of Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast, and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. Why was there a Ghost Recon game on the system? Do not ask me, ask Ubisoft. They love to support Nintendo in weird ways. That stellar of a launch lineup, alongside the price of $249.99, 3DSs were not moving off the shelf. I specifically remember when the system came out, and I looked at it and I was like, for that price, plus it's backwards compatible with the DS, there's not much games on the system for me to play, especially at the time where I was a Pokemon fiend. I had no reason to pick it up, and I feel like that was a lot of people's thoughts at the time, because this is something that launched with like a Mario or Zelda or anything like big for the system to really show off the features and the mechanics of said system. This is the launch model, of course. I have it in Cosmo Black, and I have to say, from a design perspective, it really feels nice. I mean, you have got like the gradient here. Also, like, hard to tell on camera, but there's the shimmeriness to it. There's a little like glitter kind of if you got it going on. Got this metal sheen over here. You got this type of stylus that's like metal looking, and it's telescopic, so it moves up. So you, just like me with adult hands, you know, it can actually hold that premium feeling, especially jumping from something like DS Lite, like this one, where it's just all plastic. DS Lite is probably gonna go down as one of the best iterations for a handheld. But anyway, as you can see here, 3D indicator right there is illuminating. You have the glossiness of everything, which scratched up very easily. Not as bad as like some other systems, like the DS Lite. This one's not that bad. You got that layer cake design, the SD card slot, something they introduced with the DSi, premium feeling design, and everything. As time went on throughout the year, you did have some notable releases. You had stuff like Ocarina of Time 3D, which I remember when this game was announced, I was clamoring. I was like, I really want to play this game. I really want to play this game. Ocarina of Time, one of my favorite Zeldas, probably still one of my favorite Zeldas, on a handheld, finally to go. I mean, because 3D games on the DS was few and far between. You had stuff like Super Mario 64, the DS, which all things considered was a testament to how powerful, I guess you would say, the DS was, but man, was the controls just the biggest hurdle for it. There was no thumbstick on the DS, so they tried their best with the 8 directions of the D-pad. It just didn't work. You had other stuff like Metroid Prime Hunters, which, going back to that, I played that recently. Ooh man, it's very chunky. You see the pixels, individual pixels. But yeah, so having something that's a little more, let's say, more advanced, if you want to call it. I mean, it's more closer to the key art for Ocarina of Time, was just nice to see. You had other stuff like Star Fox 64 3D, which was released in July of 2011, which also correspond with the Ambassador program. So this was basically just a Nintendo saying, I'm sorry for releasing a system for too expensive, with no games on it. So they slashed the price down to like $169.99, and they, as like a little thank you for being with us in a tough period, They also decided to give the people who had it at launch up until around August of 2011, who bought the system by then, with 10 NES games and 10 Game Boy Advance games. So you had NES games like Super Mario Bros, Metroid, The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Balloon Fight, Ice Climbers, NES Open Tournament Golf, Donkey Kong Jr., Yoshi, and Wrecking Crew. And then for GBA, we had a Metroid Fusion, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Yoshi's Island, Mario WarioWare Inc., The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, Wario Land 4, F-Zero, Maximum Velocity, and Kirby in the Amazing Mirror. So NES games, nothing special. It was kind of nice because this system did brought us Virtual Console to a handheld. We didn't get that with the DSi. The DSi had an eShop, but didn't have any Virtual Console games. The closest we got was Four Swords Anniversary Edition. But 3DS was the first time we had proper Virtual Console. That was a nice thing that they did within the launch year. It started off with NES games, but then Game Boy came, of course, in GB. As it came out in 2011 strictly, you had NES games. We also had some Game Boy games. Having as the ambassador to have 10 GBA games, it was just nice to see, because in the end, we didn't even get Game Boy Advance games on the 3DS Virtual Console. So it was a nice thank you for buying the system at launch, for being an early adopter, all things considered. But yeah, as the time went on in the year, I mean, you had other games like Mario Kart 7 finally comes to the system, a brand new Mario Kart. Mario Kart DS was a game that everybody loves except for myself. Like, I don't hate the game, I just have no fond memories of it. It completely passed me. I did not play that, so I don't have any fond memories of Mario Kart DS, or not much of else. Like, I played Super Circuit here and there, but yeah, Mario Kart 7, a proper Mario Kart on the system. There was no any deviations of any kind. Like, DS was the proper one, but you definitely tell there were some concessions made. This one had proper online, more robust online, I guess you would say. Retro Studios helped out with this one, of course. In the holiday season of that year, you had Super Mario 3D Land, a brand new 2D, 3D Mario. So the 3D World and 3D Land, I like to still consider them as 2D games, because they are 2D games in and of themselves. Yes, they play like the 3D games, but they're not open world sandbox games. To me, a 3D Mario is a sandbox style. It's more Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine, Mario Odyssey. Those type of games constitute, to me personally, as what a 3D Mario is, whereas this is a 2D Mario in and of itself. But regardless, this game is a fun romp. It's a fun romp to go through and through. It was something that the 3DS needed, because even before then, previous systems, the DS technically, I mean, other than New Super Mario Bros, I guess you can call it its own Mario. The GBA did not have its own Mario. The Game Boy had a Mario Land, of course. So to have like its own unique Mario, especially at the time of that year, a brand new take on Mario. It's like a 2D. They brought back the Tanuki suit. They had some new power-ups. Like, there was a lot going for 3D Land at the time. It was something that it needed at the time. And of course, with having slash price, a bunch of games like Ocarina of Time, like Star Fox 64 3D, like Mario Kart 7, it gave the system the boost that it needed to propel it to where it's at today with its 80 million units, alongside the revisions like Nintendo 3DS XL, 3DS, the new 3DS XL, the new 3DS. You know what? Okay, damn, this game's not that bad. It's very chill, not going on. Hold up, I got this. I got shit. Alright. Don't worry. It's okay. Not that far going in. Okay, we still have a lot of health. Okay, come on, just gotta raise this up. Oh, shit. Alright. Don't worry. I got this. It's very, very fine, meticulous movements that I have to do here as I pass through. So, alright, just fire this torpedo. We're good to go. Alright, perfect. Maybe I just gotta adjust it a little bit. Okay, let me just adjust. Let's go up a little. Yep. We got this. Okay, homing with the torpedo. We can do this. We got this. Just go invisible, I guess. I don't know. Ah, shit.
This game blows.